mission is to give entrepreneurs and nonprofits a voice. And I'm excited to have Cory Cannici on today from Parisi Speed School and Evolve Training here in Franklin Lakes. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be on this show.
It's so great having you on, and so great to finally see your facility. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so I know you guys were in Wyckoff for a little while, and now in Franklin Lakes in a much bigger facility.
Much bigger.
Much bigger. And in the end of the interview, I'm excited. I'll take everyone around, and you can show us around your facility, your gym.
Absolutely. Show all the different things that we can do,
exactly.
in this space.
Awesome. So, Cory, you have two businesses under one roof.
I do, yes.
Parisi Speed School and Evolve Training.
Right.
So let's talk about the Parisi Speed School first.
Okay.
Right? Youth training.
Absolutely, absolutely. Parisi's has been a business that's been around for 25 years, and they work on really the technical aspects of speed, agility, and strength training.
Right.
But more important than any of those things is the self-confidence that we help to teach kids.
Which is great.
Absolutely. We want them to feel good about themselves whether they're in here. We want them to feel good about themselves whether they're the starter on the team or the last kid on the bench or the kid that's having a real hard time even making the team. We want them to feel confident about themselves and feel good.
That's great, because that's really where it starts.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. It's everything as a kid. I remember even myself as a young kid, and just have good seasons in sports when you're feeling good, when you're feeling confident, and then some seasons that aren't as good when you're not feeling as good about yourself. So that's the number one thing that we really work on when we're in our sessions.
I love that. It's great to hear that that's where you start.
Absolutely.
And so let's expand on that a little bit. First of all, the children, the youth that you have here at Parisi Speed School. Let's start with age groups and what sports they're involved, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we have 3 different age groups that we work with, and we have what's called the Jumpstart level, which is ages 7 to 11. Then we have what's called Total Performance, both 1 and 2. We have kids that are 11 to 14, and then 14 to up to 18. So the higher end middle school athlete with high school athletes at the end.
Wow.
We do train college athletes as well. They typically come in for like private one-on-one training, that type of thing.
Okay.
But really from 7 right on up to 18, we have different programs for different kids.
Okay, and so what types of sports are they involved in? Tell us about that.
I mean, we really train every sport.
Okay.
I would say we see maybe more soccer, more basketball, more lacrosse is huge.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less on the hockey side or something like that.
Yeah.
But we still have a lot to. That's just more of a understanding of what we can do for kids, maybe when they're on skates or a wrestler or something like that. It's more of just an understanding for the parents and for the kids on how we can still benefit them. Something like soccer, lacrosse, those are obvious ones.
Yeah.
Football, obviously. We train really every sport, track runners, everything. And we have some of our trainers are more set towards those different sports. We have trainers that played basketball, a trainer that was a college track runner, a college baseball player,
okay, so they have
college
the background.
Gymnasts. We have, we try to have a diverse background with our trainers so that they can really put themselves in the shoes of both the parent and the athlete and really understand what it is they need to get to the next level.
That's awesome. So you train them in groups, is that correct?
Yes, we do both small group training and private one-on-one sessions.
Okay.
Most kids don't need private one-on-one training.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to say that's a waste 99% of the time.
Okay.
The group training is really where it's at. There's more camaraderie. There's just more of a push from these athletes at that level. Occasionally we'll see kids that maybe just are so lacking in confidence or maybe just really have a tough time with their movement that we might recommend goes into a private session.
Okay.
Even some of the higher level athletes, the kids that are getting ready to go play a college sport, maybe that's a situation. But otherwise we have small groups. They're groups of 6 athletes at most.
Okay.
And so we really have a strong attention to detail with these kids and build strong relationships with them when they're in our program.
And so does this happen every day? Like what types of group training do you offer?
Yeah, so we offer classes 4, 5, and 6 o'clock Monday through Friday. And then we offer Saturday morning classes as well. Saturdays are slammed with our schedule. But every day athletes have at least 1 class per day that they can pick if they'd like to come in. They can choose what they're doing in the classes, whether they're doing acceleration, agility, strength training. They can select right on our schedule exactly what they want to work on.
Okay.
And that comes after we do an evaluation and assessment and give them an idea of what they should be coming in to work on. It's not like they just go in blind.
Right.
We're telling them what the best classes are for.
Yeah,
for the athlete.
so tell us, as parents, we're interested getting our kids here at Parisi Speed School. How does that work? What do you do? What's the first steps?
The first step is just a free evaluation.
Okay.
The evaluation is a fun one-on-one session for the kids where we take them through. We teach them the proper warm-up.
Okay.
A warm-up is something that often gets overlooked in sports.
Yeah.
And so the first thing we teach them is what's called an active dynamic warm-up. It's a specific warm-up for the Parisi program. And after that, we run through some drills. We want to see how fast the kids are, how strong they are, how agile they are. So we can really put our eyes on their technique, so we can identify what they really need to get better, and then also assess their goals.
Right.
I want to know what the parent's goal is for the athlete, and also what the athlete's goal is for themselves.
Right.
That allows us to really make a good recommendation as to what that athlete should be doing when they come into our program.
So when they're in the group training, are they in different sports?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
our program isn't sport specific.
Okay.
Everything that we teach in our classes can be applied whether they're playing soccer, whether they're playing basketball, or whether they're track runners, or whether they're wrestlers. It all applies. Ultimately, kids need to be, in order to play any sport, they need to be fast, they need to be agile,
Right.
they need to be strong,
Right.
they need to be flexible, they need to have endurance. Those are all the types of things that we work on in our classes.
And these are the same type of classes each day. Is that correct?
Yes, so
Okay.
so they can pick different classes that they'd like to do.
Yeah.
And then we just on the training end, we vary it per day based on who's in the class.
Okay.
That's really where the individuality comes in.
Right.
Is we look, hey, we've got these 4 athletes in the class today. This is what they need to work on. We
Okay.
know what they need to work on, especially the kids that have been in our program for a little while.
Right.
We've had kids that come in for just a few sessions, and we've had kids that have been here for as long as I have,
Wow.
or longer.
Okay, that's great.
And so, yeah, that's basically
So you said 4, 5, and 6. So how
4,
long
5,
is
and
the
6
class?
o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all an hour long.
All
of our
an
classes
hour
are an hour. We do some team training as well,
Okay.
but typically we'll do that at like 7 o'clock type
Okay.
time slot where.
So if somebody has their coach for a team, they could bring them in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We currently, we just started doing team training when we
Okay.
moved over to Franklin
That's
Lakes.
awesome.
So currently we train we work with the Indian Hills girls soccer team. We work with NJ Crush
Oh,
girls
yeah.
soccer program. We're speaking with quite a few other coaches right now that it's sort of our reputation's sort of slowly spreading out, and we're hearing from a lot of other coaches that are going to be getting started in the next few months.
That's awesome. Well, I know that we are all very competitive with our sports
Yeah.
for our children, and we're always looking to get them just to edge up. So it sounds
Absolutely.
like you help with that. And
Absolutely.
And what I love most is you start with the self-confidence. Each child is different for what their needs are,
Right.
and you cater to that.
Absolutely. That I mean, really, with everything that we do in our gym, is we realize that everything should be, and if possible, very individualized for kids, even
Right.
in a group setting.
Okay.
And even with the adults that we work with, like,
Right.
It's cookie cutter programs aren't the best thing in the world.
Right.
If everything is just perfect, if you're a great athlete, if you're in great shape already, and everything is just perfect, then all right, maybe a cookie cutter might work. But
Right.
how many people are just
Exactly.
in perfect shape and just
well,
ready
none
to
of
go
us
all
are
out?
really. I mean, right? None of our kids are, and we don't expect it from them.
Right.
We just do what we can to help them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So wow. So is there anything else that you want to add about Parisi Speed School? Because you also have another business under this
Yes.
roof
Yes,
that
we do.
I'd love to hear. What are the things? Let's talk about maybe some success stories.
I don't want to drop any specific names or anything
Yeah.
like that, but I would say the most important success stories from our side of things are the kids that struggle with sports and come in at a young age a lot of times. We've had kids that have gone off and played college sports and all that,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
But what I think makes us most proud as trainers and most proud of our program and what the work that we do is when a 9-year-old kid comes in that is picked last in gym class, that
Yeah.
can't make the rec basketball team, that
Right.
can't, isn't accepted amongst his peers because of, a lack of athleticism,
Yeah.
which is obviously huge. And
Yeah.
a year later, 6 months later, the parents are writing us an email or a letter saying, My kid just made the basketball team.
Wow.
My kid has more friends in school now.
Yeah.
That's the coolest success story, I would say.
That is the coolest.
We had one when I first became owner of the facility here, over in, I think he lived in Mawa or Ramsey. He's on and off with us a little bit still now, but this was a few years ago. And that one particularly struck home with me. I just felt like when I got an email from his mom one day, actually it was a text message from his mom saying like how proud she was of her son and how much she had us to thank for it.
Wow.
I almost shed a tear. I was like, I showed everybody I knew. I'm like, you have to see this.
Those are the great stories, you
Absolutely,
know?
absolutely.
Because, you know, just to make this personal a little bit, my son's not really big on sports. And I know that he'd like to be more involved with a team.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're someone that could help with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, something else that we do then too, even for kids that are not so involved in sports. Let's say you just want your son or daughter to be fit.
Yeah.
And start healthy habits. We have what's called a total conditioning class.
I think that's really important to know about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not just, you know, running and technique and getting ready for sports. It's just having a fun exercise routine with a few other kids, teaching them how to exercise properly, teaching them the importance of it, and teaching them that exercise can be fun. So it's not all speed. It's not hardcore training that we're doing here all the time.
That's good to hear.
There's a lot of different things that we do. We want to be able to help any kids that might walk through our door.
Any of us could be happy here. Any of our kids, anyway.
Absolutely.
And any of us. So that will be my segue into Evolve training. So you do one-on-one training.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And this was actually the thing that I had initially gotten involved with when I first became a trainer, was the adult training. And so we do one-on-one adult training. We want to, again, like I mentioned before, we want to really individualize programs for people.
Right.
I hear every person has a different story, and when somebody new comes into us, it's because either they were at another gym, they thought it was really busy, or you know, they just were overwhelmed by the crowds at the gym.
Yeah.
Or they worked with a trainer who they felt like didn't give them the attention that they really needed.
Right.
We try to fill in the gaps there.
That's great.
We keep our trainers extremely highly trained. We work with local physical therapists in the area to make sure we're at the cutting edge of training ideas, keeping people healthy. We want to make sure not only are they not getting injured with us, but if they're injured anywhere else, they're injured doing anything else, we could come in and help them through their recovery a little bit.
Wow.
We've done some step down programs with other physical therapy locations in the area.
That's great.
You know, I think we've earned some other businesses sort of trust to say, hey, if you're recovering from an injury, if you're you know, not quite ready to work out on your own, maybe you go over to Evolve Training and you get the attention that you really need to get you through the recovery process.
Because I know a lot of people, well, they get injured and then they're fearful of getting back into exercise, even though they want to.
Right. The most important thing, I think we watched shows on TV, maybe, or we listen to friends that are at these hardcore training facilities, these boot camp classes.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. But if you have a problem with that, if you're afraid of that, if you're intimidated by that, there is a place for you.
Right.
You know, and that's important to know.
Yeah.
People don't get, I mean, knock on wood. We've been very lucky so far with people don't get hurt here. They achieve their goals.
Great.
Obviously, something like fat loss is probably the number one reason anybody comes to the gym.
Yes.
They want to be slim and fit. You know, obviously we're going to work towards that, but we're going to do it in a safe way. There's, you know, scientific backed information out there that says you can get fit without, you know, breaking something, you know, or without somebody screaming in your face.
And I think that, you know, there was a time that everybody, it was all about, I want to be slim, I want to be fit, I want to do this, I got to do that. And now it's really about your slim and fit is not the same as someone else's.
Sure, absolutely.
And it's really about being healthy, about feeling good, and also for adults, the self-confidence. It starts there too.
It's true. It's true. You want to get up and look in the morning and look in the mirror and feel good about yourself.
Exactly.
You know, you and I had this conversation a little bit about what we were about, but when I was younger, I felt like a little bit younger, I felt like, wow.
He's a little, yeah. This one's saying when he was younger.
A few years ago.
Yes.
I felt like I want to live to be 100 years old, and I want to do that without, laying in a bed somewhere neglected and, being able to think for myself and move. And then when I got into training, I started to train people that were in their 70s and 80s. And
right.
Our oldest client right now is 88, and she's out there. I see
awesome.
her over on, I forget the street, Ewing Ave maybe, out there shoveling her driveway in the wintertime.
Right.
She's amazing.
Look at that.
But I want them to live to be that age.
Right.
I mean, I want these people are friends of mine now that I've been training for years. And, if they want to be in shape, they want to be healthy, they don't want to just live to be 100. They
right.
want to thrive to be 100.
Right.
And so that's something that I'm really, really extra passionate about.
Right. So that's really like your philosophy, your mission behind Evolve Training.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
Right.
Yes, is helping us. So thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions for Cory, please feel free to ask him.
Bring him up.
Yeah, so we are here at Parisi Speed School and also Evolve Training. So he has two businesses under one roof. This
Absolutely.
is some entrepreneur. So you want to give just a little bit of history about yourself and who you are, and then we'll take a tour because we're here at the facility, and I'd love to share it with everyone.
Sure, absolutely. I'll try to be brief with this. It started way back when I was in middle school. I went to the Parisi Speed School actually one time with my cousin in middle school. And I went home that day, and I said to my mom, I think it was, I said, I'm going to work there someday. That's the coolest place I've ever been.
Yeah.
And so I went through college. I still told my parents. They were not the happiest with me at first, but I said, I'm still going to try to be a trainer first.
Okay.
And so I applied for a job when the Parisis was over in Wyckoff still, and got that. Fast forward a couple of years, and the people who owned that business decided they didn't want to be there anymore. At the time, I trained probably 75% of the clients that were there. And so I panicked. I didn't want to be out of a job. This all happened 3 weeks before I was set to get married.
Yeah.
With a destination wedding, so I was like panicked.
Nothing
Everything
like being
went crazy.
thrown into it, right?
I'd say so. I might not have done this if it didn't happen so quickly, but I didn't want to leave my clients that I had. I had a very strong connection. They were asking me, where are we going to train?
Right.
The doors are closed. Where do we go next?
Yeah.
And so over the next couple of weeks, I worked with Bill Parisi, who's still involved as a franchisor, and helped me sort of get involved in start the process of becoming an owner.
That's awesome.
So I really took a dive in. I'm lucky enough that my wife, I give her a lot of credit. She's a CPA and knew a few things about business. I was like, okay, I've got to start a business. And I'm sitting there Googling, literally, how do you start a business?
Yeah.
And she's looking over my shoulder like, you have to start an LLC. This is what you do.
Yeah.
I can help you with this.
So
I really have to thank her. I owe her a lot. Hopefully she's tuning in. I told her she needs to tune in today.
where are you?
Come on,
say
Kelsey.
hello.
Kelsey, get on. And so, that's how I got started. I got sort of thrown into it and really had to learn how to be a business owner. I spent a long time doing that.
Right.
I knew the training aspect. I knew that I just had to deliver great sessions for people and have a really strong relationship.
Yeah.
From the time I took over to now, that was about 4 years.
Okay.
Nobody has left. I have
great.
not had anybody come in that has started training with me that has stopped training with me.
Well, you know what?
So-
You obviously, it was your dream.
Absolutely.
It's your passion, and you pass that along to others. So, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Absolutely.
especially working with the youth, that is really huge.
It's the, what is it, a cliche that people say, if you do what you love, then you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can come in here 5-6 days a week and help people get better.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true. So it's really awesome.
Yeah.
We have 5 other trainers that work here as well now.
Okay.
And I'd say we have different, like I said a little bit before, different trainers for different personalities, both with the kids and with the adults.
Well, and that's huge too. There's no cookie cutter way about that either.
No,
yeah,
no, definitely. So if somebody's 85 and they feel like they need to really start slow, or at any age, 40, they come in and they feel like they've never exercised before.
Yeah.
We have the right trainer for that. We're going to match them with their personality and what their background is.
Okay.
If you're somebody who's really fit already and you want to keep going, we have the trainer for that. We'll push them to the max, and still in a safe way. So we want to make sure each person gets the right workout for them.
That's great. So just tell us really quickly, so you have the one-on-one training, and what are the hours of the operation for one-on-one?
We start at 7 a.m. And we'll typically, we'll go all day. We're here until 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
The speed school is from 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
So some adults choose not to train at that time, which I understand.
Yeah.
But we do have some that love to mix it up at the same time. I have a woman who is awesome. She's going to watch this video. I know that.
Yeah.
She comes in 3 days a week. She cares how much she deadlifts. She's competitive with her son who's in college.
Okay.
She wants to, and she gets energized by seeing all these other kids in here that work out. She's like, let's throw 5 more pounds on that barbell. I need to get stronger. She's just an inspiration for us. And a lot of the trainers will show the kids sometimes, you see how hard she's working?
Yeah.
You got to work half as hard as she does. That'll get you somewhere. So it's pretty neat.
What I like also is if you're coming for an hour, you could also do your training while your son or daughter is here training, right?
Absolutely.
You kind of don't have an excuse. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to run home, maybe you run to the grocery store, but you could use this time for yourself too.
Yeah, and we have a couple of different scenarios like that. So we either have sometimes where the kids are in a class and the parent is with a trainer. We have some parents that choose to train with their son or daughter.
Okay.
And then we have parents that'll just use our cardio equipment that we have.
Yeah.
It's not any extra charge. If you sign your kid up for one of our speed school classes.
How about that?
While they're working out, just come in and use the treadmill, the elliptical. It's always we always have some space available for them.
All right, Cory. So I am going to get this ready for our for our tour.
Sure.
And so just tell everybody while I'm doing that where you are located.
Yes, we just, 6 months ago we moved down the street to Franklin Lakes. We're right off of Franklin Avenue. Address is 516 Commerce Street. We are right past, if you're coming from the Wyckoff Lakes area, we are right past the Franklin Crossing Shopping Center, which has the Stop and Shop in it and all that. We're the next block from there.
Okay.
It's a church on the corner of the street.
Okay.
And so we're pretty easy to find once you have our address. So
all right, awesome.
516 Commerce Street.
516 Commerce Street. All right, so let's get this tour going.
Excellent.
And you tell us what we're looking at. There's no coffee break.
Quick, real quick. Yes, so if you can see here, this is the start of
Are we set up good here, Cory? Can you see?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just bring it down just
a little.
You see our track, it starts here, it goes all the way to the end. It's 40 yards.
40 yards, look at that.
So we have a 40-yard 3-lane track, which is excellent for, obviously, for straight line speed training and mechanics. Also, if you saw the green turf area, this is where we do a lot of our agility training. It's 20 yards of open space. That's what we find functional open space is typically the best for training for both the kids and adults. We do a lot of our adult training in this area as well. And if you see,
let's keep on going. Here we go. We got the TRX here.
The TRX, Marci, you know all about the TRX.
Yeah.
You could do, I think you could do about 1,000 exercises on a TRX.
Yeah.
So again, functional training. We're not just all about machines and unnatural movement. We want to teach you how to move right so that you move safely. As you can see all the way down there, we have a lot of other...
One quick thing, I see you have a basketball hoop up here. Do we do a little practicing here with the kids, or what's that?
Shout out to Bill Parisi on that one. He asked us if we could put a basketball hoop up in here, and as a former basketball player myself, I couldn't say yes fast enough.
Okay.
So we have that up there. His sons come in once in a while and shoot around. We'll also, the trainers, we have a lot of fun in the middle of the day with that, but we incorporate it into some of our workouts sometimes, just as another type of fun type of thing that we can do.
All right, cool. So let's see the rest of the gym here.
Yeah, again, some more just functional equipment. We have, this is our favorite piece of equipment right here.
What is that? I've never seen anything like that.
This is a vertical jump tester. So we go to a lot of different events, and if you have an event at your school or anything like that, or a 5K, we would love to be there. But we set up a table sometimes, bring this vertical jump test. The kids can jump up and see how high they can jump. They can just
show us, Cory. Give a little.
Show you my vertical
yeah,
jump?
there. Let's see it.
All right, let's make it happen. I didn't warm up for this though. I don't know. We'll have to see.
That's okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, okay. I was thinking that was as high as it went. I was like, I could do that.
Just this past weekend, we had some of the local police recruits at the local 5K over in Mawa, and one of the guys that was there, I think he was about 6'6", and so this thing was way up. It can go up for.
Okay.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure the highest it can go.
And why do you want to know how high you can jump?
To test your athleticism.
Okay.
The vertical jump tells us, obviously, just knowing what your vertical jump is important. If you watch an NFL combine, or if your kids attend one of these baseball or football combines, basketball combines, one of the first things they'll do is test your vertical jump.
Okay.
It tells you how explosive you are in your hips, how powerful you are, how quickly you can get those muscles to move. So that's it's a good test.
All right, awesome. All right, good. Go for it.
You want to see?
Let's see. What can Cory do?
What do you think?
He's warming up. I don't even know what I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
I'm going to aim for 30 inches. I'm going to aim for close to the top.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for that. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see how this goes. Give me two shots of this.
2 shots. Okay. Woo!
All right, not quite as high as I hoped.
All right. Well, it seems pretty high to me.
But sometimes we have lines down the block waiting to try this out when we're at these 5Ks. The kids love it, and then when the kids do it, the parents get involved too. We have dads that'll tell us about how they played college sports and all that, and they'll test out their vertical jump.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
The vertical jump.
One more.
Cory, one more shot. Woo! All right. No, I think that was pretty impressive.
It's about a 30-inch vertical jump.
Okay.
I'm getting a little older, but
I don't want to hear anything about it. All right.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So.
All right. So what do we have here?
So this is just some more of our regular equipment. A lot of this we use with our adults. This is these machines are pretty. They're great because you do a whole host of different exercises on them.
Yes.
So whether it be pulling exercises, pushing, leg exercises, core exercises, you can do them all on these 2 machines here.
Those 2 right there.
Which
Okay.
makes it really, really easy. We don't need a ton of equipment to do the programs that we offer here. So.
Okay. Evolve training right there. Just stand right there.
Same thing. Just start to get down to more of our free weight section now.
Okay. And the kids use this, the free weights here?
The kids do use the free weights.
Okay.
Yeah. They almost never use the machines. Like I said, functional movement all the time. And so the kids, we want to get them strong. Even at a young age, we'll have kids do body weight exercises.
Okay.
We do have chin-up bars down there. Obviously, things like push-ups are important.
Yeah.
And then we'll teach the kids how to do things like squat and deadlift.
Yeah.
I know sometimes that's scary for parents to hear, but we have real light weights that we have the kids use, and really learn the form, learn how to use the right muscles.
The form is so important.
The most important thing.
Exactly.
We're putting up a sign here in the next couple of weeks that says attention to detail, every set, every rep. The form is the most important thing. That's how you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
So.
All right, awesome. So let's look at the rest. You were talking about the treadmills here, and that the parents can use these while the kids are working out.
Absolutely.
Plus, please take over. Tell me.
Yeah, so this is actually what's called a woodway, woodway curve. This is used for some of our athletes. This is really great for track runners and athletes that have to run a longer distance. This is a self-propelled treadmill. Some of the parents and some of our adult clients do try to use this. It's a challenge. 30 minutes on a treadmill. Sometimes you can work harder in 10 minutes on this than on the treadmill. So this is an awesome piece of equipment to have.
Well, I like to hear that because let me tell you, being on one of those machines is just painful.
I agree. So I'm a trainer, and I hate more than anything the cardio equipment. I don't like to use it personally. I find it boring. We have a lot of other tools that we use here. I'm going to show you the prowlers in a second that we have. It's one of our favorite things that we have here. But absolutely, cardio is a very important thing. Not everybody is ready to go pushing prowlers and training like an athlete or anything like that. So even just walking on the treadmill or moving on the elliptical, like I said, parents can use it.
Yeah.
The adults use it as a warm-up. The adults come in on the days they're not training and use it. There's no extra charge to that. We just want to get as many people moving and fit as possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just give a little scan here of the room.
We are still just getting settled in, so we'll get everything together, keeping it neat in the next few weeks and everything.
Well, it looks like what's important is up and running.
Absolutely. The actual gym is very clean. We have cleaning crew in every night to make sure that it's in tip-top shape every day.
All right, so you saved the best for last?
What was that, the prowler? Oh, yeah. So if you see down here, so we're all about efficiency also. So if you see these little yellow things down on the floor here, that's called the prowler. Maybe some people have seen sleds before.
Yes.
We use the prowler to get cardio in fast, cardio and conditioning. We don't want you to have to waste 45 minutes running on the treadmill. We found that just once up and down the track here with a prowler, we've tested this with some of our clients that wear calorie counters and heart rate monitors, that you'll burn 100 extra calories just running up and down with this in one
Oh my
shot.
God, I love it. Okay.
So think about that. If you go on the treadmill, you could be on there for a while to burn just a few hundred calories.
It's very true.
So this is a quick, efficient thing. We love it. Not all of our clients love it, but they know that it's worth it. It's the best bang for their buck when they're doing their training.
Time is valuable, so it's good to be efficient.
And the good thing about that too, we have both 1-hour sessions and 30-minute sessions for adults. So we definitely have, I'd say, maybe a third of our client base just wants to come in. They do their own warm-up, or we help them create a warm-up on the treadmill, come in do some mat warm-ups, and then get in with us 30 minutes in and out, and just to create a real efficient workout.
I love that too. And I see you have your free weights here.
Absolutely. Our squat racks, of course, because every good gym has to have a couple of good squat racks.
Yep.
And then our dumbbells. We also have kettlebells.
You got your dumbbells.
Dumbbells from 2 pounds to 80 pounds.
Okay.
Kettlebells from 15 pounds right on up to 90 pounds. We really do have all the equipment that you could possibly need to get a good workout.
Fantastic. I'm just going to give one more scan of the gym here, guys. Here we are at the running track. What is
Absolutely.
this?
This is
the running track.
A turf track.
A turf track.
40 yards, like I said before, 20 yards on the side. So.
Okay, yeah, you work on the agility over here. You've got your weights. So you're fully equipped.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, because...
Get over here. I don't want to go in the mirror.
Sorry.
Look at myself.
Just a reminder then, too, is if you do have a track athlete or anything like that, we can do more than just 40 yards. That what I called the Woodway curve before. We can work on long distance running. So whether you're preparing for a marathon, whether you're preparing, or whether your child is a long distance runner or anything, we can absolutely work on that as well. We're not just limited to the space.
All right, awesome, Cory. Well, it has been amazing having you on the show. Thank you so much for joining Coffee with Marci.
Thank you for having me.
Really awesome. I've really appreciated all that you've shared with us and some great information. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Cory, Parisi Speed School here in Franklin Lakes. And again, for youth and one-on-one training for adults. So thank you so much.
And you know what? I'd like to give everybody my email, because I'm
please.
It's not just for the people that are our clients. If you have a question about your health and fitness, if you have a question about nutrition, if you have a question about your child's athleticism or their team training or whatever it is, I'm always open to answering and helping any way I can.
That's great to hear.
We should link my email up. My email is my last name, Cannici, Cannici, 24 at gmail.com.
So you're available 24 hours.
That's what it is. Exactly. Always available.
24.
I'll get back to you and answer any questions you might have.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining Coffee with Marci. Please tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I will be interviewing Jose Hebert, so I'm very excited about that. Loved having you on the show, Cory.
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to look into having my kids come here.
Awesome.
So loved what I heard. So thank you, guys. Have a great day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.